Hello everyone. How you doing? It's pretty damn late. Well, it's not really. It's only 8:30. I'm being a nana. But I don't know how many people are gonna be around. But there's a few crazy things going on in the New Zealand news right now, true crime related kind of things. So I thought we really needed to have a look. And I wanted to do some New Zealand stuff. Hey, Doug, it's good to see you. Amelia, it's good to see you. Hello, Mona Lisa. I haven't met you before. You're on Facebook. By the way, guys, this is the first time I've tried to do like Facebook and YouTube at the same time. And I don't know if I've got it set up properly or whatever. So who knows? Doug, did your Facebook message show on Facebook? I don't know. No, I don't even know like how Facebook's working. I don't even know if it's working. It's weird as shit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, but I seen you like when you showed me earlier with your spotter stuff on. Hey, Deb, good to see you. Amelia, good to see you. Toxic, if you're around, good to see you, and anyone else that's around. So yeah, I don't actually know what's happening with the Facebook. I know that I can see Mona Lisa's comment here, but I just don't know. I just don't know. Doesn't that help? That'll be good. Good evening, Amelia. Thanks, Doug, for checking Facebook because I don't know how it is supposed to go. It says there's no comments yet, so I don't know. Oh, look, there's one. Hi. Can you see like me, I guess? You can tell, guys, I'm not used to this shit. So, yeah, there's a few things going on in New Zealand that are a bit odd. So I thought we would go over them. I'm hoping more people come in. I did change the time half an hour earlier. Some people might not make it, but yeah. So I seen your message. I seen it over there, but I didn't see it here, which is weird as shit. So Sandra says, hi, something weird is going on. I can see you in Facebook. Tell me, Sandra, if I put up a screen, if that works too. You can see me, Doug. Okay, can you see me when I've just put up a screen? Can you see me being put up a screen? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not that good at it. No, I don't know either. I don't know either. I'll just keep checking. I'll keep going back and forth to check whether people have said hello. So, Sandra, I see you, honey. All right. So, as you can see on the screen, this first one that I wanted to talk about was Joseph Ahuriri. I've made a video about him. We've talked about him before. He went missing during the cyclone Gabrielle that we had, and he was thought to be lost in the cyclone. But now it's been quite a while, quite a few weeks, and police are saying maybe it wasn't the cyclone, maybe it was something else. So there's like theories and speculation going everywhere. Oh, I don't know. I don't know why it's like that. It's fricked up. Maybe I have to do some more stuff on Facebook that I just don't know. Oh well, Sandra, if you want to come over here, you can come over here. Otherwise, people are just gonna see me. Yeah, it should be live. I try to Facebook Live and YouTube. All right, let's get into this. So we're at newzealandherald.co.nz. Missing man Joseph Ahuriri had gang links. Police yet to find anything of relevance. Now, from what I've read and stuff, I don't think his family are too happy with this. As heavy rain battered Hawke's Bay in the darkness of the morning of February 14, a white Toyota Hilux pulled into a near-deserted truck stop on the outskirts of Napier. CCTV footage showed the vehicle's lone occupant, Gisborne man Joseph Ahuriri, getting out of his vehicle as the deadly cyclone Gabrielle was lashing the region, then walking around it, in the process checking out the front and the back of the ute. The clip, captured by a colour camera situated at the Waitomo fuel stop at Bayview, shows Ahuriri looking backwards towards Napier before it cuts out. Sorry. Which is weird. At one point, a truck drives out from the back of the unattended fuel stop out onto the main road. It is the last known sighting of the father of 8. He actually has 8 children. I thought it was 9. I think his missus might be pregnant, which is awful. And we're hearing here that he has links to the Gisborne-based chapter of Black Power New Zealand. Now, just because he may have gang connections or is in a gang or whatever, at the moment, he's a missing man. His family are looking for him. He's somebody's son. He's somebody's dad. He's somebody's brother. And so, we're looking. I have no idea what's going on with Facebook anymore. No idea. So I'm just rolling with it. Come back over here. Come to the dark side, says Doug. The family of Joseph, who was attempting to travel back to Gisborne, fear his ute might have been washed away by raging floodwaters that slammed through Hawke's Bay that morning. And they were furious. It was a really bad cyclone for New Zealand. Half of the North Island was washed away. There were fatalities. It was tough. Another scenario, some fear, is that his ute, registration DZH116, was swept off State Highway 2 somewhere between Napier and Wairoa, or that the vehicle was buried in one of many slips on the still unpassable route. But Eastern District Commander Superintendent Jeanette Park said in late February, police believe his disappearance was unlikely to be cyclone related, although this cannot be fully ruled out. So it kind of said, I reckon he's sitting on the fence and he just doesn't know. He doesn't know have any answers and he doesn't know. So he's like, well, it is probably unlikely to be cyclone related, although it cannot be fully ruled out. So I reckon he's sitting on the fence a bit. Amelia, it's 3:40 a.m. here, and he's here with us. You're a legend, Doug. Joseph's older brother Mike, reacted angrily to the comment, saying the statement, it may not be Cyclone Gabrielle related, is bull poo. What do you mean? A Black Power member in Napier, though? No, I think they said Gisborne, that he may have ties to the Gisborne chapter. Or, yeah, I don't know much about them. Okay, so here, hopefully you can see. I'll just put it up a bit more for you so you can see a bit more. And you can see, obviously, his truck, and he is checking the back of it. And it doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary, really. But who knows, right? Other theories that have been bandied around. That's a weird word. Hawke's Bay include that something untoward has happened to him. The basis of some of those is due to his gang links, which we haven't actually heard. Curious Kiwi, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened on Facebook. I've just given up. Yeah, I'm going to have to actually seriously sit down and figure it out, because I thought I had it right and didn't. I had it wrong. I don't know anything about them, Amelia, at all. So almost 2 months on, police, as well as a family, are at a loss as to what has happened to him. Police searching for missing man Joseph have so far not located anything of relevance to their investigation, a police spokesperson said in a statement to Herald. The investigation and search are ongoing. The statement was in a response to a series of questions put to police by the Herald over the mysterious disappearance. Those questions included whether it was being treated as a criminal case, whether police were aware of his links to the Black Power, and whether they had interviewed gang members and Black Power New Zealand representatives. I don't know. Why is this not working now? And if you can see the picture there, it should be bigger. Now you can see the picture. That's what happened after the cyclone came through. So it was devastating. Was I doing a good impression of a statue over there? I'm probably still over there, because I've got a Facebook tab up and it says I'm recording. So I actually have no idea whether people see me or not. I live in Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. Everyone is aware of the gangs up here. Okay. Like the gang's going to talk, right? Yeah, you're right. We also asked if more official searches were planned for Joseph. To date, those searches have included Whakatū, Clive, Esk Valley along the Napier Tapo Road, State Highway 5, State Highway 2, in addition to many of the rural roads off State Highway 5 and State Highway 2. I'm trying to get this right. Late last month, police divers searched the coastline near Esk River for the missing 40-year-old. Personnel from the RNZ Navy's Dive and Hydrographic Unit, HMNZS Matatua, also conducted underwater searches of the coastline. It definitely sounds like they've really tried hard to, find this guy. It sounds like they've done lots of searches. So I don't know. Police would like to thank personnel from the Royal New Zealand Navy, Landsar and Coast Guard who have been involved in the searches so far for sharing their time, knowledge and resources. With no apparent concrete leads, police have again appealed to the public for any information, including CCTV or dashcam footage that might feature Joseph's white ute. One thing that they have ruled out is false speculation, that a second person could be seen in the CCTV footage of Joseph at the 24-hour fuel stop. So this is what they're talking about, this one that we can see. And you know what? When there is lack of information, that is when when there's no information, that's when people start speculating, right? They want to know what on earth's going on, and they're trying to make it up. 6 cents, not stating it as gang related, just that I can understand why police are questioning it. Right. Lots of gang members here are moving out of the city and going to smaller towns. You got a lot more than we do, Doug. Yeah, I don't think you guys have met Curious Kiwi before. Okay. Some family members had raised questions after watching the short clip whether there might have been a mystery person travelling with him. That theory was based on shadows and an open ute door that can be seen in the video. But Inspector Martin James of Hawke's Bay Police has stated that after the footage had been extensively reviewed, officers were satisfied it featured no one but Joseph. The claims of a second person appear to relate to what is in fact an open door on his vehicle. The team investigating Joseph's disappearance are working extremely hard to confirm his movements and provide answers for his whānau. Speculation such as this often comes from a place of people wanting to help. However, the spread of misinformation such as this can be a significant hindrance to a police investigation. What the hell happened to this dude? Have you all got any idea or thoughts? Because I don't know what happened. It's crazy. I'm crazy for you. Police revealed the previous day that the search area for Joseph had been widely extended, including around remote areas of Bayview. Initially, it focused around Whakatū, Clive, Esk Valley, sections of State Highway 2 and the Napier Tapu Road. Extending the search into remote areas of Bayview had come after the discovery of the CCTV footage, which showed him driving off north towards Bayview Village. Family members, including one of Joseph's brothers and an uncle, have also been conducting their own search. I just want to put my thoughts and love and light to his family and his extended whānau. This can't be. This is hard. Yeah, something's like. I'm going to refresh. Just wait there, guys. Hopefully you can. I'm back. Okay, I'm just hoping that refreshed everything. Let's get back to it. Footage shared on social media from the family searches shows them traveling down various roads which were covered in mud, silt, and slips in the aftermath of Cyclone Gabrielle. Tracking Joseph's movements on the morning of his disappearance had been complicated for police by the fact that most CCTV cameras in Hawke's Bay were down due to power cuts related to the cyclone. It's like everything went wrong at once for this guy, right? Joseph left his Gisborne home on Monday, February 13th. Around 4 p.m. heading for Napier, around a 3-hour drive. He said he expected to be back around 2 a.m. Tuesday, meaning he would be leaving Napier by 11 p.m. As he drove south, Cyclone Gabrielle was bearing down on his route. Around the time he would have been originally planned to leave after the short nighttime stopover in Gisborne, severe flooding was beginning beyond Esk Valley. And Esk Valley was one of the places that actually had some of the worst flooding. There was a death or two, maybe. A lot of cars, homes washed away. It was tough. It was really tough. Given the weather conditions, Joseph booked a room at a scenic hotel on Marine Parade, Tapania. He checked out of the hotel at 4:28 a.m. Then, the first CCTV sighting of him on the morning of February 14th was of him heading south in Havelock North at 5:15 a.m. Hey, Josh, good to see you. His cell phone later pinged off a tower at Whakatū, north of Havelock North, heading back towards Napier at 5:30. So he was heading towards Napier. In the days after Cyclone Gabrielle's deadly destruction on Hawke's Bay, Joseph was among the 4,500 people listed as not being able to be contacted by friends, neighbours, or family. By February 28th, the number had been reduced to just 5 people, and Joseph was categorized as a missing person because of the floods. While Joseph had no contact with family or police since the cyclone, inquiries to date suggested it is unlikely that his disappearance is cyclone-related, although this cannot be fully ruled out. Can you guys give me 1 second, because I'm just going to jump on to Facebook and tell them to come here. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm just going to put this on there. I'm saying, please head over to see us on live stream. Talking New Zealand crime news. Facebook event not cancelled. I'll tell them the truth if they come over. It wasn't cancelled. It was just me. I couldn't do it properly. Okay, hang on. I now have to get a how do I get a link? How do I get a link? I think I've got it. Get link. Okay, I'm back. Okay, give me 1 second. Enter. Paste. All right, I've done that. All right, and everybody's back. I can see you all again. Okay. He went south, yeah. But then he went north. It's really bloody odd, I tell you. While Joseph has had no contact with family or police since the cyclone, inquiries to date suggest it is unlikely that his disappearance is cyclone related, though this cannot be fully ruled out. We urge Joseph or anyone who has seen him since 13th or 14th of February to get in touch with police so we can let his family know he is safe. As police appeal for any information and family and friends carry out their searches, his loved ones face an agonizing wait. His daughter has made repeated appeals on social media, including on the Missing Joseph Ahuriri page created on Facebook on March 12th for any information about her dad's location. I'm just going to write that down because I will find that and put it in the sources below this video. Talking to the Herald 4 days after the page was launched, she said she believed her dad was still alive. She said, I want my dad home. We know our dad is still alive and we don't feel that he is gone. He is still here with us. He is just somewhere else and needs to be found. She said, I feel numb. It's like a real empty feeling for all my siblings as well. All we do every day when we're outside is just call out to him, Dad, Dad, and we get no reply. All we hear is an echo. Whew. Talk about, teary eyes. Their quest for answers had even seen them speak to a psychic. We have done everything in our power to get them, so now we turn to the spirit realm. We will wait for answers from them, she said. The family would do all they could to find answers. We are willing to spend every last dollar to find our father just like he would have. He would have gone to any length if it was us missing. We just want our dad home. I guess, we talk about these stories and we forget that this is somebody's son, this is somebody's dad, somebody's brother. And it's sad. It's sad. His partner spoke of her heartbreak a week after he went missing. She said, it's been 7 days when she spoke. I last spoke with him and my heart breaks every minute that passes. I have to return home to our kids who are just as worried, and I can't bear to look at them and say, I didn't find Daddy. Anyone with information that could assist the investigation, including CCTV or dashcam, is asked to contact police via 105 and quote file number 230-225/2804, and it is all going to be in the description box below. Do they have a GoFundMe page? I'm not sure. I could have a look shortly. Yes, Bear, you can go to sleep listening to me. Have a good sleep. Yeah, it is sad. It is sad. Good to see you, Josh. Hit that thumbs up. For you mods, if we get any people in, we're not really getting any people in. The links to donate and to the website and all that shit are in the links below. And also, guys, all the source links to everything I look at will also be in the description box below, if you want to go and look yourself. If the police think his disappearance is not flood related, why can't they give more information? It's no bloomin' use looking for eyewitnesses, camera footage, etc., with a total absence of information. Well, yes, and the fact that they're sort of saying, well, we don't think it's cyclone related, but we can't rule anything out. So they're really, we're not getting a lot of information, and when we don't have a lot of information, we know what happens on social media. That's when misinformation spreads, speculation comes along, and you get stories coming at your ass of all different stuff. So, yeah. But for the family, it's got to be really, really tough. It's got to be really tough, and my heart definitely goes out to them. I'll have a look at that page, what's that page called? And I'll have a look if I've got a GoFundMe. Give me a moment. Where's that page? What did they call it? Missing Joseph Ahuriri. Okay. No, it's supposed to be in Facebook. I don't think we'll monetize this stream since I just dropped the F-bomb. What am I doing? Oh my God, what am I doing, people? Yeah, that's fine. Amelia, just whatever. Did I find it? Okay, here we go, guys. Yes. Missing, this is it. This is my New Zealand Mysteries account, so I can't join. But look at him with that baby. That's just gorgeous. That's a newborn. A new baby. That's gorgeous. That's the only link I've prepared as of yet. I'll sort the others. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's all good. It says someone posted on it today, so I think that means that it's active. So yeah, I will put the link for this in the description box below. And we're going to go to another very sad story. If you can get, and swept under the carpet, curious. I'm just trying to sort something out here. What the hell? Okay. This is nzherald.co.nz. Breanna Muriwai disappearance. Missing woman's mum addresses suspects. This is a Māori young lady. She's been missing for a little while, and there is some odd things about her case. You might speculate on who could have done something with her and what might have happened. Let's see. The mum of missing Breanna Muriwai has issued an emotional appeal to the two men deemed persons of interest in her disappearance last year. I'm just giving you one last chance, she said. One more opportunity to tell me where my daughter is, Jasmine Gray said in a video on her Facebook page this week. So another Facebook page I didn't realize and have to look up. I wasn't as prepared for this as I should have been, because I was out trying to give out sleeping bags to the homeless, trying to find them around town, driving around town. So I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was. Breanna, aged 22, was last seen early on Sunday, August the 28th at Ahuriri Beach on the Kapiti coast. The Herald sought and was granted permission to quote Gray's video via an intermediary. Okay. So she says, the mum says, all you have to do is just tell us where she is. I'm not going to beg you anymore. I know you've done something to her, and I know she wouldn't have gone down without a fight. Breanna has never been found, and there have been no arrests. Police say the chances of her walking back through her family's door are now incredibly remote. Investigators believe the two men who were with Breanna before she disappeared holded the key to what happened. But several interviews with the pair have raised more questions than answers. Breanna, who lived on the Kapiti coast, was picked up on Friday before her disappearance by a male friend from Wellington. They travelled to Palmerston North, where they stayed until Sunday night. The last CCTV images of Breanna were captured at a liquor store in Palmerston North about 11:15 a.m. Saturday. So this here is the last time she was ever seen. We'll tell you who the two men are. They're coming, Amelia. That evening, police say she wanted to return home to Paraparaumu, and her friend from Wellington agreed to take her back. It was quite a distance, but I do have a video of this case which would give more information if you wanted to try and find it. So they began to head back, picking up another man on the way and continuing south. They stopped shortly before 1 a.m. at Kimberley Reserve near Levin for a short time before continuing to Otaki, where her friend withdrew money from Breanna's account. And I don't know how the police know that. If there was CCTV footage of the bank and it was someone else other than her withdrawing the money, then why haven't they showed us that? Just saying. Because they say that this is the last photo of her, but don't cash machines have photos as well? And they're not saying that she withdrew the money from her bank. They're saying that this other person withdrew money from her bank. The trio then drove a short distance before parking outside Hunting and Fishing in the main street. Then they travelled to meet a fourth person at Hyde Park on the corner of State Highway 1 and Te Beach Road. At this point, Breanna and the two people she was earlier travelling with drive to Te Beach Road, parking on the beach access on Sea Road. Then things become murky. Breanna is reported to have run off down the beach and has not been seen since. Her phone stopped polling earlier in the night and her bank account has not been touched. Well, I'm presuming they mean after that, at the cash point where someone took her money. I'm presuming they mean that from then on, her bank hadn't been touched. She has not been in contact with family or friends, nor has she accessed her social media accounts. This is completely out of character for her. Investigators are keeping an open mind as to what happened and continue to treat her death as unexplained. Keeping an open mind, unexplained. My red flags are up. I call bullshit too, Curious. I call bullshit too. He earlier told Herald police have not found the purple suitcase that was seen with Breanna, waterlogged phone and handbag by the beach access of Te Horo on the same day she disappeared. So on that day, there was the purple suitcase, a waterlogged phone, and a handbag by the beach. The suitcase has not been found, so it means the suitcase was opened by a member of the public who took photographs of its contents, but by the time this information reached the police, the suitcase had been removed and it has not been seen since. I just wonder if someone looked at it and thought, I'll take it home and have a look what's in it or something. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's someone took it for nefarious reasons, because it sounds like they left the phone and they left the purse, but took the Suitcase, I like the purple suitcase because purple is my favorite color, but it's waterlogged. So I don't know. Police continue to seek sightings of two vehicles, a silver Peugeot on the night of August 27th or the early hours of August 28th in the area of Kimberley Reserve and the former Mary Crest School area. They also want to hear from anyone who saw a green early model Honda in the early hours of Monday, August 29th, 2022. And a post accompanying the video, the mum said it was the last time she would address the two main suspects, their associates, and the people who played a role in the cleanup of my daughter's disappearance. So to me, it sounds like mum is thinking along, well, my lines. I don't know what lines you guys are thinking along, but definitely my lines. I'm giving you all one last opportunity to do the right thing and tell us where you've put my daughter's body. I shouldn't have to beg for mercy. Let's bring her home. This is not right. Our last chance before I begin my life's mission and purpose to stand up against this horror on our whenua. That means land. All you have to do is send a message to me or one of my loved ones disclosing the location, and we'll go get her. In the video, she speaks directly to those she believes were involved in the disappearance. She says, "How do you think it'd feel if this was your baby? Just give it up. Just tell us where she is, and then you can go on with your life. Just please give her back." Anyone with information can call 105, go and see them. And the file number is 220829/5320. I'll have that in the description box below. By the way, Crime Stoppers is 0800 555 111. You think that we're all on the same place? Curious? You're thinking it's got to be the men that were with her, right? I don't know how else you'd explain it, to be honest. I don't know how else you'd explain it. It's really sad because the mum is putting out that to these people from her heart, hoping that she'll get her baby back to take home. In my head, if they are callous enough to do something to Breanna, then I don't know if they're nice enough people to let her parents or her family know where she is, right? That's my take on the same, on the yeah, which is really, really sad. Amelia, you lived in Tahuru Beach before here. Was it a nice place? I've never been to the North Island, guys. Isn't that bad? I'm like 40-ish. 40-ish. And I haven't been to the North Island. That's really, really sad. Sorry, I've got a really sore back. Curious says, if not, they'd just say they dropped her off somewhere. Yeah, the whole thing stinks. The whole thing has red flags all over it. And I just, obviously, the police don't have enough to arrest these dickheads, because if they had enough evidence, then surely it's those people that, yeah. But we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it, and if there's any updates, we will. Can you stop that, Ronnie, please? Don't do that on the fucking cushion. What? Don't answer back. Yeah. It's messed up. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next news story. And this one is really heartbreaking as well. Tonight it didn't do it on purpose, but I'm glad that we are covering cases of Māori people. A lot of time it's thought, and it can be true, that Indigenous people all over the world don't get the attention they need or deserve in their cases. So I'm glad that we are bringing to light that. Absolutely stunning. Somewhat overcrowded now, though. That's why I left. Put a motorway through it. All right. Well, now I have a friend, Amelia, in the North Island. You never know. I might visit one day. You never know. Okay. This is stuff.co.nz and the outrageous disappearance of Jason Butler. Now, I look and scan for missing persons, right, in New Zealand because there's not a database, except on my website, by the way, that I've started, a database. There's no database for missing persons in New Zealand. The police have a website and they have like 20 on there, but I know there's over 400 actively missing in New Zealand at any one time. So I don't know what happens with the rest. We have to just like dig around until we find stuff. And I found this, and I've never even heard of this guy missing. So I'm really glad I found this. Virginia felon. This was April the 9th. People go missing in the NI. What are you talking about? Hi, Dave. Good to see you. Jason Butler was severely mentally ill when he was taken into Ruakura Ranges and seemingly left to fend for himself. 17 months after he went missing, his sister is still waiting for justice. So this is going to piss me off anyway. Even before he disappeared, Jason Butler was never really here. Mentally ill, trigger warning for mental health. Please, if that's talking about mental health that's going to hurt or anything, please leave. We understand and come back another time. Mentally ill, regularly unkept and often transient, the 50-year-old was the sort of man that people tended to give a wide berth or refuse entry into agency offices. That's if anyone noticed him at all. Because mostly they didn't, says Huia Mackley of her brother, who lived on the outskirts of everything, a bit like a lonely ghost or invisible man. Oh, North Island. Duh. Even now that he's gone, it's like nobody knew he existed, but we know. 17 months after Butler went missing, his sister is determined that not only will her brother be remembered, but also receive justice for what she says is a litany of failures by multiple agencies. Speaking from her home in Australia, she said similar failures span much of his life, though it's the ones surrounding his disappearance that must be answered first. And there's going to be a lot of systematic failures for this young man. He's not that young, he's about my age. Although the case is currently before the coroner, so many of the details can't be divulged. She believes Butler is still being ignored. She said he didn't matter to many people, but he was everything to me. When Butler disappeared in October 2021, the mental illness that had plagued most of his adult life was worse than ever before, though it had always been bad. Ever since he'd returned from Australia in his 20s, precarious mental health had made his life a battle. Can you read quietly? God, how rude, man. For years, he drifted about, fathering 10 children, which is a whole lot of children. Living rough and falling in and out of relationships. When the sister, Mackley, remained overseas, she supported her brother from afar and during her frequent visits home. Even when he didn't have ID, she worked out a way to send money as well as providing a cell phone for him that he lost all the time. Nom, can you hear him eating? He's really, really loud. Ultimately, Butler's whānau organised for him to move to Amaio in the Bay of Plenty, where he lived without power or running water in a container on his cousin's property, fishing and doing the odd bit of babysitting. Mostly, he was happy there, says Mackley, her sister, who'd take him out when she visited from Australia until a head injury from a quad bike accident saw him admitted to hospital. You lost me for a few minutes. Yeah, I think something, I don't know, something did. I don't know. See, people are commenting on my, oh, fuck, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Hey, it's all right. It's all good in the hood. That's a nice photo of him on the right there. Returning to Ohio with the support of a social worker, his deteriorating mental health led to him damaging property and becoming increasingly irrational and verbally disrespectful to his support network. Even his beloved sister had never heard him speak that way. I've worked in mental health and addiction, and when people are unwell, they will say things to people that they love. I'm coming. Now they're going to see my pajama pants. All because of you. It's all your fault. Amelia's listening. Good, because he didn't see my pajama pants. Had to let the cat out because he was meowing. Eventually, Jason was in crisis, manic and delusional. So he admitted to Whakatane Hospital under the Mental Health Act about a week and a half after he was allowed to discharge himself. He was gone. You were walking around Kiwi, so it was you. Well, I'm going to blame you. It was all you. By crikey. Listening, Amelia. Hopefully my voice isn't like a horrible voice to listen to. In October 2021, Jason was taken into the rugged Rikamura Ranges on approved or on unapproved work experience. So taken into the mountains or the bush, whatever you want to call it, ranges on unapproved work experience by a contractor of Ngā Whenua Rahui that sits within the Department of Conservation, or what? A conservation, which is called the Department of Conservation is DOC for projects on Māori land. Yes, I like PJ pants. They're comfortable, and I didn't think that you guys would know that I had them on. And then the cat got me. It's the cat's fault. Damn, Ronnie. He's supposed to be on my side. You wait. He'll be back in 5 minutes. He does it all the time, back and forth. Okay, well, the outing was meant to be an overnight work trial. Mackley says her brother was in the worst physical and mental health of his life, wearing inappropriate clothing and without food or safety equipment. She's been told that the contractor, who cannot be named, said Jason was last seen filling up a drink bottle from the river as the other man went on ahead, calling back a few times before leaving him. Got busted by Ronnie. Exactly, Dev. How many of you? I bet yous have got like some pajamas on as well, even if it's just your bottoms, but you just don't want to admit it. Hey, well, good to see you. We should patient that. The Department of Conversation. We should, because it's the only thing that comes to mind when I see it. When the contractor emerged from the bush the following day, he took 4 days to report Butler's disappearance. So the contractor left him up in the mountains, in the ranges, and it took 4 days to report his disappearance to Ngā Whenua Rahui, who then, listen to this, took 14 days, 14, more fingers than I've got, to report it to the Department of Conservation. It was 139 days before WorkSafe was notified. On Thursday, a WorkSafe spokesman said any health and safety considerations identified by police in the case can be referred to the agency for consideration. Meanwhile, Doc referred questions to Ngāwhenua Rahu, Director Connie Norgate, in a statement said the department acknowledged the family's loss and had engaged openly with them over this matter. That's nice of them. I and the cat's pajamas. Hey, Julie, you come over from Facebook. I don't know what I did to Facebook. I have no idea. I tried to have multi-stream because I had to pay $20 a month for StreamYard because I couldn't keep going free, right? And I should be able to cover with donations and stuff like that. I should be able to cover $20 a month for StreamYard. And then I set it up for the first time to do a live on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. And then everything went to shit and I didn't know what was happening there. And I don't think it was right. And it's me. That's all I can say. It's me. It's good to see you, Will. I know you meant patient, not patient. Yeah, but it's good to see you, Julie. You'd probably have to go and catch up, guys. There were administrative failings in that the NWR staff did not meet best practice timeframes for notification to DOC's internal risk manager and to WorkSafe. However, these had no bearing on the rescue efforts, which were initiated as soon as we knew Mr. Butler was missing. Okay, so as soon as they learned that he was missing, apparently the search was on, right? 4 days for that dickhead contractor to let Ngāwhenua Rahu know. They took 2 weeks to report it to Doc, and then it was I think Doc might have started hopefully searching by then. Just terrible. Post-incident investigations showed the practice of monitoring contractors had shortcomings. However, these have been addressed. Once again, these had no bearing on how quickly the search was initiated. In a statement, Detective Sergeant Ash Clements said extensive search and rescue operations were suspended in December 2021, following 5 search phases, which unfortunately failed to locate Jason. We are following up lines of inquiry in relation to this matter, and we are not in a position to comment on the specific details which could prejudice any future work on the case. So you guys who have just come in, you might have to rewatch. This is the last case, and then I've got a really wild story to tell you after that. But his sister said police stopped looking when ultimately incorrect sightings of her brother were reported. And while she was locked out of the country due to the pandemic, whānau and iwi conducted their own search. They searched for 38 days straight, not taking a break. They found some of his clothing, but nothing else. Even now, they're still searching, and while Jason is presumed dead, finding him will bring closure. Absolutely. Mackley, his sister, says although her brother might be thought of as just another Māori missing in the bush, he was someone who really mattered. To me, he's not just some Māori person that went lost in the bush. He's someone that deserves his story to be told, and I'm going to tell it along with you guys because I think you feel the same way, right? He had a dry sense of humour and was a man of few words, but all you had to do was give him a bit of your time to find out he was so caring and family orientated. And while not many people really gave him the time, his sister's not giving up. This week, supporters launched a Give a Little page to raise funds for a lawyer to represent both Jason and his whānau during the upcoming inquiry, as well as make sure his sister can be there. After all, that's what she always tried to do. Back in Namaio, in the container where Jason Butler used to live, there are a list of names he once wrote on the wall. 10 are his children, the rest are other whānau, And at the right at the top is his big sister. Like my mama, he wrote next to Hui's name. Does that not break your heart, guys? Pull on your heartstrings. Yeah. I'll try and find out about the give a little page because it's not here. Let me see. Give a little and I'll put his name, Jason Butler, wasn't it? I'm having a look. Something's coming. I can tell. Come on, man. Oh, no, that doesn't seem right. Try again. Yep, whoop, there we go. Okay, so it's still open. They're trying to raise 40 grand. They've got 4,515. So I will put that in the description box below, along with everything else. So if you don't know, I don't know who's going to watch this video. I do a lot during the day at 11:30 a.m. New Zealand time. It's usually about dinner time for Americans mostly, and that's when I do lives on American cases only. I make videos, a lot of them about New Zealand, but I do a lot of overseas and international ones as well. So please go and watch my videos at some stage. I also do, obviously, the nightly shows sometimes when there's stuff to talk about, just for Kiwis, because mostly for Kiwis, because everyone else is in bed, really. Yeah. You hate to say it, but I think he committed suicide. Possibly. Yeah. I mean, his mental health was as bad as it had ever been. That's from his sister. But I don't know why the contractor left him up there alone. That's got me beat. I don't know about that one at all. Amelia, please excuse me. Excuse you. Hey, honey, New Orleans lady. How you doing? Come on in. Amelia says, please excuse me for a moment. I'm collating and archiving relevant links for further use. That's cool. Well, what have you been up to? I haven't seen you in a while. You sort of pop in and out. Julie and Dev, you've been popping in and out as well. It's good to see you. We've gained a few subs lately. For some reason, I've been working damn hard, I must say, though. We've got about 300 more subscribers in the last month. So that's really, really good. So please share this out to your friends and your families, or go down and find a video that you really, really like of an area where your friends are. Like, we've done videos of Oregon. We've done videos of Washington. We've done videos today. What did we do? We covered Connecticut. So if you know people that live in those areas, and those cold cases, you can share the cold cases. That is what I'm trying to say. You can share the videos that I make about cold cases. Oh, shit. Yeah, he shouldn't have been left alone, and weird they found his clothes. That was weird, but we don't know how many. They didn't say it was all his clothes or anything, so it might just have been a shirt or something. Good evening. I'm just listening and trying to stay awake. Well, I'm glad you're listening. You can fall asleep at any time, but I feel like my voice must be really boring if people fall asleep to it. 40 through 4:30 a.m. Crazy. That's great. I have just been busy and off with family over Easter. Yeah, I didn't celebrate Easter because I forgot about it in one thing and I don't celebrate it for the other thing. 9:30 p.m. Wednesday. I'll tell you a quick story. I don't know, some of you might have heard it. On Wednesday, I realized that this last week that I needed some prescription, and it usually takes up to 48 hours for the doctor to fax it to the chemist, right? So you have to ring up and leave your details on a phone call, on a line. So I did that, and I said that I needed them quite urgently. They hadn't been, they were supposed to have been prescribed to me and they forgot. And then, so I ring up on Wednesday and I tell her my order and hung up. Then on Thursday, the next day, she rang me out of the blue and she's like, "What do you mean you want your pills now?" Well, I said, "I need them before the weekend because, like, I need the pills, right?" She's like, "But it's Thursday afternoon. The doctor's already left on holiday." And I said, "Well, I didn't know she had Friday off and that she was going on holiday." She said, "Well, it's Good Friday tomorrow, isn't it?" I'm like, "Oh, I'll have a look." So I had forgotten Easter completely. I've been so introverted, I didn't even know what fucking day it was. So how bad is that? I think it's funny. Dev, your voice is soothing and relaxing, not boring. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard, but I have been going around town handing out sleeping bags and those mats that you put under your sleeping bag to lie on, so you don't have to lie like on the cold ground. I've been giving out some of those and some blankets. I watch a channel that chases scanners and gives out things to the homeless. That's their thing, and they live stream the whole thing. After some deliberation and talking with my kids, or talking with my daughter especially, I thought, just for a minute, I thought maybe I could just get my daughter to film me doing it. Not filming, I don't want them filmed, but maybe filming me doing it. But I decided that actually I don't need, because if I put it on YouTube or Facebook, right, it'll get seen everywhere and people will think, "Oh, she's great, but I'm not doing it for that. I'm not doing it to get attention from it. I'm doing it out the goodness of my heart because it's cold and I really want them to have sleeping bags this winter. Because they're humans and they deserve to be taken care of, or look, be nice to, you know what I mean? I have been played though, because I'm pretty sure I have given a sleeping bag to the same guy twice, but that's okay. That's all right. So have we lost chat or have you stopped chatting? I'm still stuck on Dev. Your voice is soothing and relaxing. So I don't know. I'm not sure what happened about YouTube. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to look into it and find out. I don't know what I fucking did. It'll be my fault. I need a mat like that for sleeping on the floor with my dog. He's getting too old to get up to the bed. Aww, poor thing. Make sure you change out of your pajamas. Yes. If I go out, I have to take them off. I know. But I'm a bit of an introvert, and I don't know if it's something to do with my mental health, but I haven't really liked leaving the house much. Today was the first time I've left the house in over 2 weeks. or seen anybody in 2 weeks apart from on the internet. So, yeah. Hi. I'm here listening, mucking around with links, etc. That's all right. I'm just waffling shit. So, you people from New Zealand probably can't get to see the live streams I do during the day. It's 11:30 a.m. In New Zealand time, and it is about dinner time for mostly people overseas and like US and that, covering US cases. Yeah, if you can ever, please come along. Please come along. Oh, the Louis Daybell trial is on. Do you know 3 trials? There's 3 trials going on this week of parents allegedly killing their children. 3 trials, and that 3 trials that I would really like to watch, but I don't have enough time in my head to watch all 3 of them. I'm trying to watch the Letitia Stark one. She murdered her 11-year-old stepson Gannon, bless his heart. Will, are you watching? What are you watching? Are you watching Laurie Vallow? Sixth Sense Secretary. Well, I'm not quite sure what you mean, really. And the other one is it Trezell West? For the murder of the 2 boys, the young boys, Orson and Orrin West as well. Basically, I just have to sort of hope that people do like those videos where they wrap it all up in a nice big bow and tell you all the good points and that of the trials. I try watching them, but then sometimes I'm get bored and and I go searching for other channels because I'm a chatter. I like to be in the chat chatting. You're watching both, Will? That must be tough. Keeping up with it. I have hair like a secretary bird at Dev. Okay, whatever you 2 have got going on. I'm not sure. You're only watching the highlights. Julie can't stomach all the crap they did all over again. Yes, actually, I was really surprised. The first day that I went to watch it, it had already been going for a couple of days. I'm not going to name the creator, but I went onto this creator's page and I had to go back to the beginning, put it on 1.5 speed and catch up. And it was Gannon Stark's trial, and I saw autopsy pictures of this 11-year-old boy, and they were not blurred, except a tiny bit of his face was blurred, and he was decomposed, and you could see his injuries, and it's just a shame that people forgot to give me a bit of a trigger warning. If they'd given me reminded me that, or trigger warning, and told me what to expect, it might not have come as such a shock. But I guess they just were busy and forgotten, and other people were coming in the room and stuff like that. But it's the first time I've actually seen a decaying body, and it's the first time I've seen one that's come out of a suitcase. Yeah. Letitia is going to prison. No way she's dodging even one charge. All her family has testified against her. Yeah, her brother was up on the stand today, and he actually had a bit of an outburst and crying and screaming, and the jury had to be removed from the courtroom. And then they talked him, calmed him down, and said, are you going to be able to sit through this and stuff? And he came back in. I had to leave from there because I had to go do something. But I know that some channels have said that he was sobbing, which is horrible. Curious says, there's so much going on right now. I'm kind of watching the Daybell case, watching Gannon's case, but missed the autopsy pictures. Really into the Stephen Smith story. I've got so many cases going on that I haven't even looked into the Stephen Smith story. I work so hard on this channel. You have no idea. 2 to 3 times a week, I go live at 11:30 a.m. and I usually do 2 or 3 cases. I've got to research all those cases. It's not easy. Find them. I've got to find them because what happens is we have this wheel and we spin it. I'll show you. I'm going to show you the wheel we use. The wheel. All right. Hang on. Share screen. Where's my wheel? So there's my wheel, right? And we use this wheel at the end of every live stream at 11:30 a.m. and we click it, and whatever it lands on is the place that we are going to look at cases. And so I'm looking into Louisiana for my next one. Oh my god! Do you know something's going on Facebook? It seems like I'm still talking. I don't know. Fucking weird. Yeah. So I'm looking at. I'll have to look up for cases from Louisiana, for the next couple of days, and then I'm trying to keep my videos going as well. So I'm putting in a lot of work, and it's okay because I'm not working. I lost my job. Due to my mental illness, I lost my job. But if you want YouTube to even just make a little bit of money to pay a extra bill, you've got to work this hard. You really do. It's just not easy. I mean, I'm not saying you have to, so don't take this as that. But you don't make shit off ads. The main way you make money is through memberships and super chats. But you've got to remember when you do that YouTube takes 30 or 40%. I think it might have gone up to 40%. So they get they get a fair chunk. Dev, 6 cents a meter. YouTube has old secretary training videos from the 1940s. Oh yeah. They had great hair, fancy dresses, and cool typewriters. The works. Sometimes it gets a bit much. True that. Yeah, New Orleans lady, if you are still around and you know any cases in Louisiana that would be good for me to have on the channel and talk about, nzmissing@gmail.com is where you can go. 6 Cents Amelia, you're really doing a stellar job with your upload schedule. Very much appreciate how much time, work, and care that you're putting into this, TJ. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But I do also appreciate all you guys too, because it wouldn't happen without you. Curious you didn't see the autopsy pictures. Would do I mean, it was a shock that I saw them, but I was okay about it. So I was quite glad because it's the first time I've ever seen it. And the lady, the coroner, was pointing out injuries and that sort of thing. So it really was kind of good. I can probably tell you that it was on today's stream. If you go to Burden of Proof and today's stream part 1, that's where you would find it if you were interested. And Burden of Proof is lovely. If you don't know, she has a channel, and she also is the sweetest, kindest lady. She has a channel and she covers like latest news stuff in America, stuff that's coming out, whereas I do the cold cases. So next time, and did you know that we had a trivia night and who came up onto the trivia night? Were any of you there. Amelia, you were there, weren't you? At the trivia night or we had a games night, didn't we? And not everyone, but lots of people have been asking for another trivia night. So it's actually really hard to find trivia questions online. I've been looking for fucking ages. It's a pain in the ass, but I'm going to start looking for some trivia questions and do another one because everyone enjoyed themselves. And I think sometimes when you do true crime all the time, you can get a bit pessimistic and that about life. So you need something to, have a break. Shinda Spears out of Washington Parish, Louisiana. Oh, that's interesting. Shinda Spears. Thank you. I'm going to have a look at that. You arrived about halfway through the trivia night. I enjoyed it. No, we don't have the Trivial Pursuit game. I think, because I could probably get the questions from Trivial Pursuit, surely. But do you think they are hard? They were fucking hard for me. I can't answer them. I'm too dumb to answer them. Unless I've, updated them. But the questions that I've been seeing, trivia questions, there's just not a whole lot. I would have to do at least 3, 4, 5 hours of looking for them. Family Feud. Yeah, I actually went to look for that game thinking that might be interesting and then played it myself for a little while and found out how bad I was at it. Wheel of Fortune. I thought maybe a Wheel of Fortune. We did play a scrambled word game the other day, which was really, really cool. So yeah, I like chucking those in. I think there's apps, etc., that have trivia quiz questions already compiled. That would make sense, wouldn't it, Amelia? I bet there bloody is too. I don't have my phone here. You're right. When I find my phone, I'm going to look at that because you're probably right. So I'll have a look and definitely do another trivia show. And New Orleans lady, thank you for that. Shinda Spears out of Washington Parish, Louisiana. I'm going to look into that case as well. I'm going to leave it at there. Guys, thank you for coming and sticking around with me. I always love having you guys for a chat as well. It's great. It's fucking great. If you are the host, you don't have to answer the questions. This is true. This is true. But I don't want to make it too hard that no one can guess the questions. I want them easy enough that some people can answer them. Next time, I don't know, I'll try and figure out this Facebook shit. I don't know. I'll have a look. And I will see you all when I see you in the next couple of days. I think I have the Louisiana stream is already up waiting. Yeah, people could take turn asking some. We could arrange it like that for sure. But I'm going to give lots more notice, so hopefully people will come. Host can peek at the answers. True that. True that. And I might be a peeker because I might not know shit, so I want to peek. All right, guys. Thanks very much. I love you all. You rock my world. You're like a family to me, and I really appreciate it. Please have a great sleep because I know some of you are up in